for what to ask.
Yeah, I'm hoping it up till afternoon.
Call you, Marcy.
Call to order?
Call to order? Sure.
Roll call?
Hey, we're in order.
We can do roll call when it gets a little closer. I know that some people.
We're all in order. 5:45.
All right, so diligent training. I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. Have most of you had a chance to read through the videos? There were just a couple videos that I sent, just kind of gives just kind of some basics. Okay, great. So when we share the agenda, which sharing is different than releasing. So when we share an agenda, you should get an email that looks like this. You've gotten one today, some of you on council. And then you could just click right on that and it'll take you to Diligent to log in.
Oh.
Once we actually publish it, then that's when it becomes live for everybody else to see it. So we can really share it anytime we want to. And you can see it even if it's not released or still in draft format, we can still make changes to it and that kind of thing from there. So I just wanted to kind of go through. You've already done.
First, I'm sorry. Is it possible to possible to delete it?
I don't see any. I did. One exposure. Which one?
I did. It was more. I could have sent it just to test it out. But for next week, I'll do it this way as well. That way we can kind of practice with it as well. So once you click on that, it should take you to your login screen. So it looks like this.
And that's the same as our mic. For today.
Whatever your login is for that you created for the
Even.
So, yep, whatever your username and password is, probably your email plus your whatever your password is. If you need help resetting it or doing anything like that, you can let me know. So first thing I wanted to kind of show you was what the new website will look like to our to the public. So it's completely different. So when you go to government and you click on meetings and agendas, it should pop up here versus if you remember the old one was kind of so this is there's a lot of information here, a little more user friendly. This is just kind of the home page. If they click on this anywhere, you can click to sign up to get emails about meetings. So if somebody wants to say, hey, I want to get an email about a meeting or an upcoming meeting when an agenda is released, they can click on this and they can sign up for that email.
And then release they'll click onto the agenda too, right? Log in or.
I think you get an email saying the agenda's been released, and I suppose maybe there's the link in there. I'm not 100% sure on that. You have a little bit of a calendar up here, and then on the side you have meetings. So any current click to get to the agenda, and then any upcoming meetings that have been scheduled. I'm out here through like March. And then any recent meetings, which would be past meetings that have been out there. So the stuff that's on board docs now will transfer over to that. The calendar section, you can go, the resident will be able to click on this, look at the calendar, any upcoming meetings, the meetings we have now. Right now, that's probably what we're mostly going to use that for, but it's not going to be just council meetings. We have planning and zoning, we have the park board, we have board of adjustments. So we have that. This is general meeting information about the different meetings that we have and when they meet. And then below we'll have, we have templates. So there's a first meeting of the month, second meeting of the month. We have the work sessions, planning and zoning, and then the most recent meetings that have been out there. And then board of adjustment, we have the community center board, and then we have the parks board. Right now, we don't have it set up for the parks board folks and the community center folks to be using it like you're using it. Maybe down the road, Stacy will, but for now, she's still going to build her agendas in here. That way, when they're released and published, every agenda is published in the same spot versus, that I don't think she's publishing hers anywhere right now online, just on the board. So that'll be kind of a nice feature. And then there's like a search engine too. If you click on any of these, it'll take you to our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and be able to email to info. We do. We upload all the videos when we record the Zoom meetings. They all get uploaded to YouTube. They're on board docs now. So you can only save so many. You can only have so much memory for the plan that we have purchased from Zoom. So we can't keep them forever, but like the YouTube is free. So we can put those out on our channel and know that they're there forever.
And we've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere.
Yeah. So now you can go back
and went on since the Karen days.
Check all those out. So I just kind of wanted to show you what it looks like from the perspective of the citizen.
Okay.
Now, where do we go? What's that?
It's good to know what they see.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It's a lot more visibility on that singular page.
Yes, there's a lot of information on that versus other.
Were we gonna have Russ sign in so we could see what it looks like?
Yeah, I thought that they did that. Just
You
looking for
did
the
do
way. I know. I'm like, where is he? I don't know. I thought they were that.
All right.
Let's go. Let's try this. We better change it now.
No. Good gravy.
Huh.
You signed it before.
I know. I don't know where it went. What happened? Okay, let me go back here and pull up the link because your link is a little bit different than our link. Yeah, so try this one. This one? Yeah. Yep, so this is the public site, you should be able, you should be able to, if you don't give the email, John, then you know the agenda is released, you should be able just to go to the public site, log in the right hand corner. So let's try this.
I want to save it now, so is that? Does it not allow? Which makes it look.
It's in my app over here. I actually logged this in last time.
It's filling in for now. We're filling in all the nooks and crannies. That's fine. It's warmer that way.
That's more time, but if not, then
That works.
yeah. Ooh. Weird, okay.
Huh.
Well, that's all right. I do have a Word document. I just took some. What that? Training. Yeah. I'll take a look at it later. So you saw the public site, and then this is just kind of like when you log in. A basic screen that looks kind of like this. This talks about, and this was in the video too, talks about some different tools up here. What I thought was kind of cool that I didn't realize we could do is that if you go into your user profile, and you should have all your pictures should be out there, except for the two guys who don't have pictures up. But you should be able to go into this SMS texting. So if you put your cell phone number in here and then choose down below where it says, see that very good, where it says agenda shared. As soon as I share that agenda to you guys, you should get a text message as well. So right now you should be getting an email, but you can do that as well. You have to go in and put your telephone number in and then go to the notifications drop down. So your number goes there, notifications drop down, and you can see some of that. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know that happened until I found that out today when I watched the videos that I sent you. I'm like, what did they learn in these videos? I don't know. Let's see. Anybody have any questions at all on anything that they did see?
Yeah, there's one feature I thought if there was an attachment in the agenda where if I had notes or questions, I could type the questions or notes in there. Does everybody see them?
I have an email into them because I don't know. I feel like that's kind of just for you, but I'm like, I'll
My
check on
notes
that.
as I'm reading through.
Yes, yeah, but I don't know. So that definitely, I thought that was a really cool feature too, because I hadn't watched the video still today. But you can go in and you can look at the documents that are in there. You can highlight them, you can underline them, you can put notes, you can annotate. So that was another really cool feature that once you had the shared, I don't know that it's gonna let me, let me just try to
But I don't
log
think
in.
it's shared.
Mine looks very different than what yours is gonna look like. So it's kind of
I think at this point, the thing to remember, you can't break it.
no.
you know.
Can't break it.
You can't.
Oh, we'll challenge.
Somebody told me that I can't break it when I
Okay,
You might get broken, but it can't be.
okay, we'll see.
Yeah, everybody's like.
I'm just gonna log in, this is what it looks like for me, it might be a little bit different for you, but this is kind of what it looks like. Go to that profile, you can update your profile, you can put in your phone number, get those text messages in here and make other changes. You should be able to go in, these are in the upcoming meetings, you should be able to go in eventually when we have some. I guess there's some out there from some of our meetings that pull over from board docs in here.
Yeah, you pulled some old ones over.
Yep, I think that's automatic. I didn't do any of that. I can't take credit for that. What else did I want to kind of touch on? So if we actually go in here and look at all the list of all the meetings that we have and we click on today's agenda. And then I'm just gonna go.
You can join right from there, right? 'Cause mine's giving me an option to join.
So you can join. Here's the thing, we're not gonna use the live feature right now.
Okay.
There is a feature that you can use it live. I can do voting live. For right now, think that's like a lot to try to do all that, take minutes, do all these things and have all this stuff go, and you guys can vote.
So we're still gonna do Zoom for our
So-
video chassis.
Yeah, and we're not going to use the live feature or the voting feature at this point. I just think for now, until we get using it a little bit more and we're in there, it just seemed like a lot. The minutes piece I will do, but I will do it probably after the fact, not during the meeting, because I think it's just, again, too much, and we're gonna kind of take some baby steps to kind of see what it looks like. When I'm trying to go in, so when I go, because let me just show you what it looks like when I this is an agenda that hasn't yet been published. So there should, on this left-hand side is where you're gonna have your meeting. You should be able to click on any of these attachments. Now, what the public is gonna see and what you might see might be different if there's attachments that the public is not allowed to see. We have the ability to lock those, so you'll be able to see them, but they won't necessarily be available to anyone everywhere. With that, this is just the next agenda. But this is kind of how it looks like for us when we're building it. And I also have a question into them on these, because there's ability to put notes on these. And then once I put a note in here, then it looks a little bit different, but I haven't gotten confirmation on how you guys see those notes. Automatically pops up for you. He didn't get back to me today.
There's a spot for us to. So their eyes don't.
Yeah, and I don't know if I can see, I don't know if only you can see those, or if I can see those. Like you can put in there like Brian to go in, or you could go in and be reviewing. Days, that way you have the weekend to look it over, and then once you go through, you can put notes on it, and then I could look at those again on Monday, make any necessary changes.
Okay, so it's just like we're.
That's what the shared-
and looking at.
That's kind of what the shared is kind of the draft. The shared is kind of I can share it anytime.
Okay. Yeah, because I always like to review the upcoming meeting sessions to see whatever you got there.
Yeah.
Work is ordered.
So my goal right now is just to have the share it to you the Friday before, but I can share it anytime, just knowing that there'll be changes. If you want
Yeah,
it
that's
earlier
fine.
than that, I can share it earlier than that. Otherwise I can share it Friday. You review everything, and then I need to find out if those notes would be kind of cool. Those notes would come back to us somehow, that we could say, like, if Brian say, hey, I have a question about this agenda item, or there's a typo on this, or something like that. But I'm thinking it might just be notes for you, because otherwise I'd have to go into each of your accounts and look for your notes every time.
I think depending on the size of the agenda, we may release it on a Wednesday. A lot of information for you all to look at.
As a draft.
And so the shared is kind of the draft. I don't know that there's a way for you to go in and you could try, but like I go into these are all of the upcoming meetings that I have, and none of them have been shared yet. So the only
Wow.
person that can look at
That's why
them,
we could just see the one.
right? The only one you can see is this, and all the other ones are ones that we've started.
You probably said this, you're working on just getting all the back history sort of backloaded.
I'm not doing it. I didn't have to do any of that.
Well, they're doing this.
Yep.
What the,
Yep. So if there's something that you're missing or you're not seeing, let me know. But yeah, they did all that. They built it. They put all of everybody's information in.
So overall, you thinking there's a lot more enhancements to this?
There's a ton of things that it can do.
You more user friendly too, for your standpoint? And
Certain things, yeah, it's like anything, it's different, it's new and it's different, so it's like, I can't drop and drag things in here now, I have to do the little attach, the little, paperclip thing, so that's just different, building the agendas are very different. But we'll still be able to go out and, once we have the live meeting, we have the links here, and then once we publish it and we put the meeting minutes out there, the general public will be able to go in and still review the video. There's a spot too that you can split the screen, which is kind of cool. I'm logged into mine, so I don't know what it looks like. I want to go in and go into the meeting, but I don't really know how to.
Yeah, let's not do that.
break it.
Yeah, but anyway, if you click on it, you probably have the agenda that you're able to scroll through and look at.
Yep.
So, and then you can see, if you see any notes in there, or the notes that I put in today,
Yeah.
Did you put
Test.
Yeah, okay, so then you do get to see those.
No,
notes.
I deleted my comment.
Oh,
This is my comment here.
But it says
So
it's.
that'll be open to the public, so anybody can see those. Like now, when Annette puts notes on the bottom about a specific item, those notes can go there. We
That'd be
can
like
also
public-
lock them.
That'd be like the public comment section that we're using now.
Yes, that the public can see, yes.
So that's why it's locked.
Well, I can also put ones in that are locked. Right now, it's not locked, it's
These
just
are
a test. Well, I don't think so. I think I can put other locked ones in there, because I made them.
They're blocked by her.
We
They're
can't
locked.
put it, yeah,
We-
they're
we
locked for
can't
us.
see 'em.
That's the only thing that's there is when it says test.
We can't put
That's the only
anything
thing I
out
put in
though.
there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the only thing I put on there, so I wanted to see if it was gonna show up when the meeting was live.
Yeah.
I still have to figure out, I think we can block notes in there too, just to
I mean,
really.
yeah, how will we handle there's a public and then there's usually like
Yeah, I think
administrative
that's gonna be
comments.
the locked ones, the briefing notes will be the locked one. If there's something in there, I'll clarify.
I think with the
that.
briefing
That's
note, it's just like it was before, it's administrative and then executive, so it's probably just a level of where you're at, like council, mayor,
Yeah.
planning and zoning.
That part we don't love as much because it was so nice to have that. Now it's like when I upload a document, I have to put down whether I want it for just the members or for everybody.
Right.
And same with the notes, just
So I guess
for
we'll figure
everybody.
this out, but I hope we can still tell which stuff is like. public.
I'm thinking those briefing notes will be something that you can click on and you'll be able to click on.
Okay,
it's gonna be first couple of like meetings.
give us time.
Careful what you time.
Someone said it's squat.
So my goal for the next meeting will be that I'll do the same. And that you will be able to have the exact same thing that you have in board docs now. So that you can scroll through and I'll put all the same notes, all the same information. There just isn't much on there this time because it's just a work session. But I have the next agenda bill, so that way it should be able
Tuesdays will be
to.
out there. Exactly.
It's gonna be on
The next couple.
Yeah, it's gonna be a trial.
Yeah.
I think it's, what I've seen so far of that.
And diligent community.
It's user.
It's very simple. Well, you.
It's gonna be scary, it's a long way.
So anybody have other questions? There's some more information that, I'm just waiting for the guy to get back to me on. Should watch the videos before today to prepare, but,
Like around 11?
Cause I'm.
Well, it's on about 2. They don't start that
but
early.
yeah, I felt like the videos were pretty user friendly, like as far as being able to go in. How to navigate a little bit,
Well, you put your issues.
how to look at previous meetings, current meetings. I love the city website. I love how that looks. I think it's much better than.
It's just more bigger, right?
Yeah, and there's just a lot more information on that one page with the calendar. So, but yeah, if you have questions as you're playing with it, just try to get in there and play with it a little bit. I'll share that next week's agenda tomorrow, maybe. Just so that you guys can kind of let me know whether or not, I'll send a regular email to y'all that says, hey, I just released it. Let me know if you don't get that, view the shared one. Like if you don't get that email, let me know so I can look into that.
That would be the time to put your notes in there to see if we could.
Yeah, and then I'll get the guy Juan that I'm working with, there. I emailed him again this afternoon, so I'll find out more about the notes and how that works. But really for what you guys are looking for, all you really need to do is be able to pull up that agenda, scroll through it. There's the attachments in there. And then as you play around with the tools and the different things that are up there, like as far as highlighting. like, we didn't get trained on it.
Highlighting the notes are.
Yeah, yeah, so.
Oh, that's.
But I just wanted you to be kind of prepared. As we continue using it, it'll get better, but this will go live January 1, so there will be no more board docs. It'll be gone. All the information should be over here, but board docs will be completely gone. So we have the next meeting that we'll kind of go through and look at it as well. Anybody have any other questions? Yeah. If you have any other questions, holler, because we're still kind of learning here too, like what all it can do. I know it can do much more than what we're gonna use it for right now, but we'll get there hopefully. Just like, it's really confusing trying to go live and do all this stuff at the same time, just voting and all the things, but. So thank you. You betcha. Thanks for coming.
I guess I'll see you, you like.
You guys.
Yeah, right? Brian. What? Not you, that one. Exactly. Okay, look, so we're talking about this over here.
I was gonna show you, this is kind of what our new board document will look like.
But, by the way, thank you. It was a
That makes a
lifesaver.
big difference. And then.
Well, so.
Oh, you do? Do you do mine or just those guys?
So the Cub Cadet one, is that one?
Exactly.
You're still working on that one?
Oh,
You know, you don't do it tomorrow. If we had the Cub Cadet one back, they're basically identical. But it was definitely better than the little guy, the drip, some of them are.
Yeah, it's a good one. We just have to use it. Our guys would rather, because they don't want to smell like gas.
Yeah.
So what they want to do.
No, I feel like, you know, I have to share back all year. We understand.
I got it. I got it, 605.
I was connected. Stuff doesn't get fixed.
Well, we got it.
Rusty. Busy.
I talked. It is. Okay, wait a minute, you guys. I'm not sitting up here alone.
Hot seat.
I mean, I don't want to be in the hot seat.
We're gonna go ahead, we'll go ahead and get started with our
Yeah, then I'm
second before we start. Don't bother us. December 9th meeting, take a look if there's any questions, anything to talk over. Like we just had. Resolutions in there. I think it's stuff up.
Like last year, we put all those appropriation ones in the consent agenda, so we don't have to go through and each of them. Separately.
So under number 10, where it says first review of city of Peosta goal setting, is that from our planning
It is.
back several months
Yes.
ago?
Yep.
So
You do it
that-
quarterly.
that
That's gonna be the
document.
first review.
I see, it's progress against the
See
goal.
where we're at, whether
Good.
we feel like
Okay.
we're
Yep,
getting-
make sure we're on track.
I thought we set goals. That's good.
All good? Yep. All right, then we'll move ahead to department head, discussion. Stacy?
Yeah, I guess, first, I won't be at the meeting on Tuesday. I'll be on vacation. But if you guys have any questions, once I post the update, whatever, just obviously reach out. I'll good with answering at a later date. I think the most important thing coming up is our milk and cookies, with Santa on Thursday, the 11th. I sent out an email to everyone, inviting anyone that can come, for the check presentation. I heard back from the majority of you. If you haven't got back to me, let me know. I'm still trying to figure out basics, but I kind of have the outline approved with them. I'm being very discreet. I'm not supposed to say the name, so I'm not going to. So everything is good as far as the setup, organization, all that kind of stuff is done. I reached out to Todd Sims to see if he can do the speaking for me. If I don't make it back in time for the actual event itself. If not, I do have I have a paragraph that I sent them already that was our whatever to work off of. So we'll have to push someone else in that role. If I don't make it back and Todd's not able to read or not wanting to read. But I will know more, as soon as I get back from him and go from there. But other than that, I don't know if you guys have any questions for PCC.
How was the tournament that we put on since, I know I was there, it was financial.
Yeah, so it's actually going to be part of my update on Tuesday when you actually get to read it. I 2,500-ish for profit, doesn't include my wages and Ty's wages in there. So there's kind of an asterisk in there. And then first time costs, scorebooks, that kind of stuff, it doesn't include. For comparison, we make, I want to say it's 1,400 when we rent it out. So, I mean, we definitely make more money, and for those of you that don't know, it was definitely a slimmed down version of tournament. It got over at by 132-ish, so we didn't have the gyms closed as much. So if we got more teams and it got bigger, obviously that number would.
I think it went well.
Yeah, I think it went awesome. Everyone had nothing but good things to say about it. So we kind of talked a little bit with Brian about obviously doing basketball again next year. But the thought of doing volleyball before the new year as well. Doing it before January means it would be non-sanctioned. It would be a non-club. So not as many rules to have to follow, not as many steps that we'd have to go through behind the scenes to get certified for holding a club tournament. So kind of thought going to 2 and see how it goes. Still want to inch in. It does take obviously a lot of time, I think, behind the scenes as far as just teams dropping, teams joining, teams wanting special requests, all the things. But no, it went well overall.
Dean?
Sure.
I guess I'm going to start off by saying, thanks for everybody's cooperation throughout the personal event. I know there's a lot of static and nobody appreciates part of the things that we do throughout the process, but we try to do the best we can. And thanks for everybody's cooperation as far as, abiding to the snow emergencies and such. Just kind of a rough idea as far as that snow event compared to last year in general. We basically used as much salt in one snow event as we did the entire year last year. So just an example of, what we were dealing with on Saturday, Sunday, or over throughout the past weekend. So, like I say, I know there's some static going around, but we do the best we can with what we got. That's all we can do.
Yeah, you should.
Deal with it.
You should ignore the static.
Yeah, and I do, but I guess, the feedback is appreciated, negative or positive, it is what it is. I'm glad people want to share their thoughts or whatever.
So that's one of us.
Get it off of their chest, I guess is what I'm saying. And the reality,
You guys did a great job.
the reality is, and thank you.
I thought you did.
There are positives and negatives out there, but like I say, it is what it is. We do what we can. The other thing, there's a lot of questions asking, Juliana Drive, when's it going to be open? I know originally when the project started 8 months ago, I anticipated Thanksgiving, off a little bit on that. There are a few utilities that they're waiting on yet. The power company's a little bit in delay. Now with the cold weather, they're saying, now they're, depending on if the streets can be cleared where they can have access to it, they'll possibly get in there, if weather permits and allows them to. So that's pretty skeptical yet, and could be challenging for them to get that process done as well. The gas company, I think they did get that completed up. At least they did get started. So I'm not sure, but other than that, for the most part, the project is completed. Backfilling's done. So it's just a matter of waiting for, those few utility companies to get things wrapped up, and then we can get that opened up to the public as well. So, but other than that, don't really have anything. Just kind of trying to keep things under control.
All right. Chief?
Yeah, I'll start by piggybacking off of Stacy's Christmas Santa. We have the Christmas parade that night also on the 11th. Just so you guys know, we'll be the fire department, police department. We go around and spread our holiday cheer by trying to hit every area of town that we possibly can to get the fire trucks down. We won't hit every street, but we'll hit most streets. We have a route that we go on, and that'll get posted on Facebook when that comes out. Probably next week, we'll probably post that.
It's out there. Yeah.
He's out there, perfect. Yep, great. So just know that that's coming up after.
Can't wait to put a heater in it then.
We'll see if we can, it might be a little chilly.
Asking for that for many years.
You get your glass.
So the next thing I had was the our year-end reports I usually do at the end of the year. I will get that out to you guys in January. That has the entire 2025. We'll put out the apartments. We'll put out basically just all year-end reports. You'll get that in January. Because obviously I can't do it yet. What else was there? So I'll have I'll show you some things. So GTSB grant, I got $400 for a grant to purchase a new intoximeter. Basically, this is a PBT, how we test to do, anybody that's under alcohol, limit, we can test. And the other thing, what I got also was another $400 to get some goggles. And basically what these are simulation goggles of drunk goggles is what they call them, or impairment goggles. If you guys want to check them out, just figure I'd show you what it is. When you put them on, they're pretty gnarly. Just letting you know, they kind of mess with your eyes just because it kind of gives you the exact, and a simulation of impairment. This one would be like marijuana, cannabis. This one is like really intoxicated, like 2.6 to 3.5. But this like will make you fall over. And I got some lower ones too. So what we use these for is we go around. We've gone to schools and did like real life academy where we talk to the kids and we'll have them put them on and we'll try to walk the line and we fake arrest them at school and they have to go see a judge, that kind of stuff. We also we'll use them for other events, PR. What do you think, Dean? But yeah, I mean, so you guys check them out if you want to, but I just figured I'd show you. That was 100% funded by GTSB, so I'll pay for the grant and we'll use the stuff. So
Does that mean you're impaired?
well, we just had a big test. If you guys just want to check them out,
Can't see.
Can you do that at colleges too? You can't.
yeah, we can absolutely.
Does it take you a while to adjust?
Yeah, I mean, well,
8 hours is sober up.
again, it's just a simulation, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it messes with you, don't it? That one's that's like the high one. So it's
Yeah, it does.
yeah. When I could get you up on a line and have you walk a line, but I'd have to hold you so you don't fall over.
Brian wants to try it.
So
Cannabis ones or
That's the cannabis.
So I do have some other ones here, but these are lower end ones, so, for a 0.08, so like just legally intoxicated.
Oh.
So I have different levels of intoxication.
We're at $400.
Yeah. So if I had John stand up and walk a line, if I had you walk a line, you'd probably be falling over on it, just.
If you're like a 0.26, aren't you almost
That's it,
dead?
right?
So no one can't. Yeah.
Like I said,
You're like,
that's
can't
a
see
very
anything.
highly intoxicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, very highly intoxicated.
Wendy, you're gonna need to wear them the rest of the day.
Yeah.
For the night.
So that's cannabis, huh?
Oh, I don't think that would.
Sam.
Yeah.
I remember. I was in college with her. Or no. Oh, she's still alive, I think. She's fine.
Jesus, I've never been that drunk.
Those at dark for
Yeah.
test themselves before they go out.
Not today.
Just in the summer.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you already got your money out of it. Look how entertained we are.
Yeah, that's right.
It's really good
Got our money out of it.
about those.
Perfect. And so the next, what's that? Okay, perfect. Well, I just wanted you guys to see what we got and yeah. The next thing I have is I had an officer resign. Mitch Gibson took a position as the police chief of Monona Police Department. I think it's a great thing for him and it's a great thing for us. I mean, that we're building leadership positions that he can go off and this is kind of a dream job for him to be a chief also. So I'm happy that he is going forth with that,
So that's kudos to you. You're putting these people in positions.
No, thank you. But so yeah,
I'm assuming you have some folks in mind might want to replace them with.
yes. So like his Resignation is effective today, or I'm sorry, the 4th. But yeah, I would like to potentially replace as soon as possible. The reason would be is I'm having like a possible surgery coming up in January, February that would require, I mean, it would bring us down from 5 to possibly 3 officers at that point. We'll see. I don't know exactly, yet. I have my MRI scheduled for Tuesday and I won't be here on Tuesday because of that down in Iowa City. So just a heads up of what's going on. I would like to replace as soon as possible just to get somebody up and going in that position. And then, get them trained. If we can get somebody hired, get them trained up. So then it's a fairly smooth transition into that.
So Mike, in a situation like that where we got severely undermanned, do we just coordinate with the county?
Yeah, we could.
And we're not manning ourselves.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
But I think we want to limit that as much as possible.
Yeah, no, I was just clarifying. If that's an immediate thing to do, or if that takes a process.
Yeah, we have a couple people in mind, not saying that it's a done deal by any means, but we have a couple people that potential candidates, but it's just kind of up to you guys, whether if you want to pursue going forth with it and having me put it out for, getting another guy lined up here. I'd like to do it as soon as possible.
Let's see why we would.
I don't see why you wouldn't. Only put it on the agenda for Tuesday.
Do we have to vote to replace it?
No, I just need your word to basically say, let's get going on it. And then I can just put it out in I just got to put it out on my end, to everybody, like throughout. I have to post it, is what I'm saying.
There's a reason we wouldn't.
I'm sorry, what?
There's a reason that we wouldn't want to
We were
replace it.
gonna have an HR committee meeting tonight after this meeting to discuss how we were going to approach that process.
Just given this, the state of the budget, I think it's prudent to always evaluate any position opening before we just immediately go forward. I mean, to have a conversation about it. I'm super supportive of it.
Safety is
Yeah,
number one in the public
I agree.
of what
I
they
mean, that's
say.
the thing to remember is one of the few things in the surveys that we put out.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is.
They love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Can we just have an HR discussion tonight and then talk about it on
To the
Tuesday?
committee, sure.
Well, that's what I would like to do.
Well, sure.
So.
That it, chief?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Thank you.
No, I already was under that. Thank you. Yeah.
It's like, what?
We're not continued on that. No, we're good. You guys want to move over?
Thanks for coming. See ya.
Thanks.
Vacations.
Oh, nice.
We were supposed to, we had to get to Dolly, so it's the only reason we're going. Dolly Park.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
so-
she's in ours.
So now we're just
It's still
going.
fun.
It is.
It'll be warm. It will be. It's still not the reason why.
Have fun on the agenda. Wherever you want to be.
So you get their government, their government.
Yeah, there's still one chair up there too. Do you know?
And then Olivia's having trouble in that link, you had going around and just email the Marcy.
It's controlling it, so.
Oh,
Sorry, she's giving me the.
yes.
She
needs a username and password.
Yeah, there shouldn't be one. There should be a link on our agenda.
Yeah, I went to that too and asked for a username and password on mine as well.
Yeah, she's getting a sign in, like it's trying to sign her into board docs or
Yeah.
something.
That's what it takes us to.
Olivia?
Yeah.
I sent her the directions, like, I'll try and get on it myself, but I bypassed.
Did you try it, Alex? Did it
No,
work?
I just figured the link worked, I'll try right now.
Okay.
I'll email it to you, Denise.
You would?
I'm gonna email it to you.
Yeah, I'm done.
There's also a phone number they can dial in and do that way as well.
Pretty easy.
That we can really try this thing.
For me. All right, you emailed it. Yeah, that's strange. You shouldn't take them in there. You just used it as a.
Why don't you just go to the city of Dubuque or city of Peosta, government agendas and meeting minutes. This would take you, it shouldn't make them sign in though. And they go to meetings.
We can start though whenever. You're just, you got the, take it away. All right, okay. Well, thank you for having us here this evening. I'm Wendy Knight and I have been helping PEC through a strategic planning process. And so you should have Annette had sent out the document of our new mission, vision, and value that in front of you. But before we get there, I just want to back up a bit, talk about how we got to where we are today. So I was contacted by the group and they asked if I would help them through a facilitation of strategic planning. So we did that. We met down at Greater Dubuque Development Corporation and walked through who are we? What do we want to be in the future? What does the future look like? Putting some goals in place. And after that session, it became pretty clear to all of us that we needed a little more work. We needed to talk to the city and we needed to have our own discussion after that. And so that's what we did. I had a small group discussion with Jeff, with Brian, with Annette, and with Russ to talk about here's what we're feeling. And what that was the fact that we really are doing more business advisory work, being able to come to the table after we've talked to businesses and share back with the city what we've learned. We're doing roundtable discussions with businesses, inviting them to like an after hours, not becoming a chamber, that's not the goal, but a similar function, just getting business together to do B2B work and understanding what all businesses do here in Peosta. Then we realized that also Greater Dubuque Development Corporation is doing a fantastic job for our region. And you have them at your beck and call when you need them as a city. You offer the TIF funding, not PEDC. We can't offer that out, only you can. And so the realization came to us that maybe we need to rethink our name. So we met November 6th, thank you. And had that discussion, like, who are we? What do we really want to be? What do we look like? And that's when we came up with the new mission, vision, and values, and a new name change. So that's what we wanted to talk about this evening. I'm just going to pull up my document here. So the new name is Peosta Business and Community Alliance. So we are, I keep saying we, I'm not part of their group, I'm their consultant, but when I say we, it's the Peosta, it's PBCD. Yes. And that group then is the business advocates. They're basically the city's eyes and ears. They're listening to the businesses, they're hearing what they're saying, and then they're coming back and being a strong partner to you all by saying, hey, people are loving this project. They thought the snow removal on Saturday was fantastic, even though you might have heard a few people complain, right? We always hear the negative and don't look at the positive. And so they are just that advocate, listening to businesses, bringing business together to say, hey, did you know that across the street, Decker Precision manufactures this part that you could use? And so making sure businesses know what other businesses do, and then advocating that Peosta is the best place for people to come work, live, and play. You all are the structure. You are the one who set up how the city runs, the functions behind it, the money that can be given out to businesses, and the money you invest in your infrastructure. The Peosta Business and Community Alliance Group is the ones that are helping communities, helping businesses come together. So I'll pause there. And then we'll look at the mission and vision. Oh, did you put it up on the screen?
I don't have it.
You don't have it. That's okay. You don't have to put it up on the
Somebody
screen.
would like to, if somebody wants to email it to me, then I.
Oh, okay. And your way. So first reaction to why we're changing the name and focus. So basically, we're not getting rid of economic development because Greater Dubuque Development is at the table with all of you already. If we hear about somebody wanting to come to town, we're gonna feed that to you and Greater Dubuque Development.
Yeah.
We're the support behind that. Hate it, love it.
I like the idea of, I mean, obviously I was very involved in the Dubuque Chamber for a number of years. I like the idea of getting the businesses together to, you know, leverage off of each other and figure out what we need and where we go and have a business advocacy kind of conversation. I think that's an important voice. And for just obvious structural reasons, it's hard for every business to have a direct relationship to the city, because what is the city? There's staff, there's a council, there's whatever, you know what I mean? The city. So I think it's good to have a place where businesses can go, where they can participate. But I hope that some of those events and some of those things, you know, continue and continue to grow. So businesses feel like they have a home team,
Yeah.
you know, here.
Just for that, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like, you know, you're opening it up to more than just economic development.
Right.
So it's a, you know, kind of piggyback on Brian, it's opening, it's like, if I'm a business owner, I look at this and I go, oh, Business and Community Alliance, you know, hey, I can come and talk to these people. You know, economic development, well, if I've already started my business, I'm not really, that always seems like that's more of, I want to get started, so I want to talk to somebody about that. And not that that isn't part of it, as you shared, but yeah, I thought this really shows a, like an openness to, that people will feel comfortable coming to you. Not you.
The group.
The group.
And like taking on projects that kind of make sense, you know, like that Denise and starting the small town dreams and, you know, that kind of just makes sense sort of in our bucket where we can be the people to spearhead that, kind of have some oversight. That's both joint business and community. So it fits in our box.
But then coming back to the table with, okay, now we have all these ideas, where do they sit within the city priorities? And then how can the two groups work together to make it a reality and get it done for the community?
I think the community partnership definitely showed that that was a need and you know, that the community wanted that. And already see where it's sprouting off already in multiple different directions. Meadowscaping, to say one, a few other ones that are kind of going. So I think that jump off from last year into this year definitely shows that. And then that's where this board can support that and take off with it even further. To, again, bring the businesses together. It's part of it. It's part of the community.
I think the values are, I think they're super, and I like the fact that it brings in other community partners. So there's businesses, city, and what are those other community partners? So that's economic development, that's whatever.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to participate in the greater Peosta area and make it stronger. So I like that idea.
So it's really a hybrid between the two. And there's some chamber stuff, some economic development stuff. It's just not a purebred of either one. But it's really aligning. If we hear somebody is looking to bring a business to town, I can't promise them TIF money. I can't promise them any incentives because that's out of our preview, right? So it's got to go over to where the purview is, which is all of you.
That's not to say that facilitation of that meeting can't come through the group.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Right.
have that group represented at the table at the same time.
Yeah, I like that.
So that it's always a working hand in hand, side by side. Choose your words, but so like, hey, somebody on the group heard from somebody who said, hey, we're thinking about our widget shop and we want to put it in Peosta. Well, let me see what let's reach out to them and then reach out to the city, set something up where we all get together. So everybody's on the same page and bouncing the ideas around and come up with the best way to bring somebody in.
And you just hit our mission. So thank you for taking that up there, Russ.
Didn't read ahead, I promise.
So here it's the Peosta Business and Community Alliance connects and advocates for Peosta's businesses, strengthen growth, collaboration, and shared success for all who live, work, and invest here. So it really is looking for our two organizations to really be hand in glove. So like you said, sitting around that table and then learning how TIF works, understanding all of the incentives that you can offer only helps everybody in the room. So then when they are talking to a business, they can be like, I'm a little dangerous when it comes to TIF. Here's what I know. Now I need to get you over to the experts and have them explain it. Or like Greater Dubuque Development Corporation, letting them know that there's funding available through the community college and how they need to connect with them to be able to leverage their 260E dollars, their expansion or growth dollars. And that's
not a possibility to like bring in the Small Business Development Center, Jay Wickham.
Yes.
I think that, business plans, forecasting.
Training.
Exactly. I think that would be
somewhere we put that. Oh, maybe that was in this document where we have talked about the SBDC because that's underneath Northeast Iowa Community College. Trainings that Northeast Iowa Community College does for businesses, whether it's small, medium, making sure that our small businesses, because a lot of times they're not on like a chamber mail list, but they would be now on this email list to get that information that they may not be getting today.
Yeah, so for example, I think the gal Megan, forgot her last name, but we'd met her in one of the business gatherings, and she wants to start a small coffee shop here. And so, Jason put her in touch with Jay Wickham for exactly that, the business planning. We've been sending her information, like there's a grant through DePaco small business that they can get money, and sending her just the resources that we have. And, we just shared with her some ideas of places she could possibly lease, just trying to provide resources for her. So we've been kind of working with the GDDC, like what can we
and I think that's one of the things we talked about as a group is how do we build a communication structure that, and I think everybody in the room probably knows about this coffee shop, but how does that decision tree look? So a client is potential. Now, what do we do to make sure that you all know what they're working on and we know what you're working on? So I got ahead of myself because that's one of our next steps is to get maybe a few of you around the table to just let's hammer that out. What does that communication structure look like? What are our expectations?
This document, can I ask a couple just tactical questions? Or maybe you guys aren't that far. By the way, great work. And I mean, I look around the table and I appreciate those of you that are here, been part of PEDC and have kind of persevered to try to keep refining the intent of the organization and figured out, because I think we're moving it. The last value statement refers to our members. So like, was there a discussion on, is this a membership organization? Is this just an open network? And then, I'm thinking like funding.
Brian.
I'm too operational.
Yes, I love
What do we do about funding? Because communication to me follows like who's in, and that's a piece of communication.
So we did talk about membership. Do they pay dues to be part of this group, or is it more a sponsorship opportunity? And I can't fully say that we came to a conclusion at our November 6th, but we
didn't. I mean, we're pretty, we don't cost a lot of money to do what we're doing. Like when we do our meet and greets, we've just been asking for things. And, we do want to continue to have like a Denise just from the back end, sort of someone to keep us organized. That's a paid person. So that would be our only really ongoing expense. And then paying our tax person to file our taxes every year. And we had our legal expenses just from just the basic setup, but we have that stuff finished, completed now. So now it's just a matter of us doing our events and
if we do trainings.
yeah. And maybe those could also be sponsored. We don't know.
Right.
But it would, you know, so we're trying to figure out a vision. We talked about, and this isn't until next year, but a fundraiser would be like kind of how they have Murphy Park, all the lights in the park, have businesses in Peosta sponsor the Kelly Oaks and do like a walking light show through the park. We think that would be really cool and businesses could sponsor it. It'd just be great for the community. And we could maybe potentially make some money there to continue our operations. So we don't have, you know, we're open to ideas on that if we want businesses to be sponsors, be members. We don't really know what that looks like yet. I mean, we don't have huge expenses yet, but.
And that's one of our next steps is we have goals that we put together from our first time we met with our strategic plan, but now we need to revisit them because we've revamped who we are. So those goals are going to shift a bit. So that's the next step, is that we got to refine the goals and determine our operating structure.
Maybe you said this, Megan, but having a web presence and a social media presence is probably going to be key to communicating.
Yeah. And we do have that.
So that'd be something we maintain.
Website, and we do have, it would be nice to have someone kind of on the social media, because I'm sort of a hack and I throw stuff up there every now and then, but I'm by no means good at doing that.
Yeah.
So, but we did have the Augustine Web Guild build us a website. I'm not going to say it's stellar, but it's something.
Functional, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. But it would be
We keep
awesome if we had a person that would do something
Mhm.
like that. We've sort of failed in finding someone other than myself to throw things up there on social media.
And that ended up to be one of the goals in our first session is, you know, that social media marketing person or
Right.
volunteer, whatever
Okay.
that might be,
Yeah.
internship,
Mhm.
whoever. So that'll probably also end up being a bubbled up goal again for organization.
That'd be something through the college, through NICC.
We tried,
tried
like,
just said,
when I was.
we found
Every
them
year,
and
6 months. If NICC,
I mean, you might want it for the resume building, but it turns out they want money.
Options. But they're out there, you know, it's just, I think if we work through Greater Dubuque Development, they have an internship program that they work with the colleges, we'll be able to get something figured out there.
I mean, in the perfect world, we'd have this great website that showcased all the different businesses in Peosta. Anyone could come to the website and learn, you know, about different jobs here and positions and companies and, you know, health facilities. It would be on one page. That would be like in the beautiful world, all things Peosta. We don't have the funding for that kind of thing, but that would be.
It's a goal.
And I think that falls in line also with the consideration of maybe putting membership businesses help support that.
Yeah.
You know, say, hey, this is what your membership goes towards, is to build this, you know, our social media presence so that we can
Right.
communicate
There
that.
is some plans you can.
Maybe that's the direction we go, or like you said, we get sponsorship. So.
Maybe you could actually get a business to donate a person as part of their
I was
membership.
thinking about that too. So, you know, there's a lot of
Right.
different ways to
Sure.
get to that. It's just what's the right one and what's gonna make sense, but what is where we're gonna get everybody's buy-in to it, you know? That's talking to the businesses, right, to their attention to say, this is what we wanna do. What would you be most, you know, interested in? You know, and get that poll done, and then that might help us decide what the direction is. Thoughts and ideas?
And that's another next step is we're gonna need to go out to businesses face to face and share. This is who we are now. This is what we're gonna do. Once we have it all in place, here's what it would cost you to be a member or not, or here's what it costs you to sponsor whatever we have for sponsorships. Here's what the city does. And so we'd wanna make sure that that is in alignment, what we're gonna share with them. Or, you know, one of you go with them, that would be beautiful too. If you're side by side, locked arm in arm, kind of like, hey, we're here for each other and we're here, most importantly, here for you.
And, and then trying to figure out the approach, like we're going and asking for money for our endowment. And then also asking for money for us. So it's, how do we go about it? Or they're not like, again?
Right.
Give it us here.
Time is everything, in my opinion, on that, so.
Yeah.
I think we talked as well as a group, just with, small town dreams is, there's so much energy, good energy with that, and no momentum is going forward, that we didn't feel that necessarily it was right to go to businesses, ask for a donation for this endowment, and then right away ask them again, like, hey, now give us more money to be part of the sponsorship that we are still trying to identify how we're gonna be able to like impact you. And so
Yeah, the value proposition.
it's definitely like an in-time thing for sure.
Yeah, so a few things.
I think Small Town Dreams is really gonna show the community, how we can come together and be able to bring goodness, so. 100%.
Getting that win under your belt then launches you to, okay, what does a membership or sponsorship look like? Questions?
Still an idea that you'll maintain a basic board or some sort of a.
Yeah, I mean, that's been kind of an
Steering
ongoing challenge from the very beginning, is because, we had a lot of turnover members. Hopefully now we have a pretty solid board, and I've agreed to stay on until June, just to get the next group, because there's 4 of us that have been here since the beginning. And so I think we have some really great people in position. I want to set everybody up for success. And so hopefully we don't have the same turnover, because we were infants. We didn't really know what the heck we were doing. I mean, we're just trying to do the best we could with what we knew, which was very little. And but I feel like we're in a really good spot now. And we're, I think the group for the consensus was, it's very difficult for the time just with the volunteer position to meet even twice a month. So we've got scaled back to just once a month. And then hopefully that'll allow more time to, have more conversation. Allows free time to do other things. We don't know what that's going to look like yet, because we've not ever done that. We've always been twice a month. We'll obviously sideline and have smaller meetings. I think we all enjoy each other, so it's fun getting together.
Yeah.
Wait, Spencer's part of this, right?
First off, whoever elected you mayor is
88% of the people did. I can't help it.
All 12 of them that go.
I'm feeling all the love. All the love.
Russ and I are not allowed to go to businesses together.
Yeah, I don't know if that would play on the record. It might.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah, unless it's our.
Police chief,
That's
I'll
what-
be right behind you, guys be fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a few other things on the agenda to talk through is recognizing that we believe, and we just need affirmation from you all, that we all want the same thing for Peosta.
Yes. 100%.
Absolutely.
Okay, and so the next step is we want to build a relationship. We want to have strong communication, lines of communication. We want to be able to make sure that the right hand knows what the left hand's doing, and that we're just comfortable and we have trust around the table. Recognizing that we all, on both sides, we need to earn that trust, right? It's not something that just happens overnight, but we really, really, really want to take those steps to build a strong relationship, because the belief is that if this group is strong, and the city council is strong, Peosta will be strong. And then people are going to see that and want to come here, whether it's businesses or people who want to live here. And you've already seen that growth in people who are escaping out of Dubuque and coming to Peosta, which is beautiful. Because when Gary and I grew up, Peosta was about, I think you were a little bigger than Graff. I grew up in Graff, Iowa. We got excited when.
That's an insult. People dirty crap.
So you two can't be together either.
Nice.
That's where.
This collaboration thing's really.
Yeah, that's right. So Peosta was such an itty bitty entity, you know, the biggest structure was the college.
Mhm.
And now, look at where you are today, and it's just huge growth. So it's a great place and an exciting time, and, you know, I'm from the outside, so all I can see is possibility. Where I know you all are like in it every day, and you're like, oh my God, do we have to snow blow the streets? Let's just leave them, you know? But there's such great potential here, and especially working with this group as much as I have now. There's good momentum, they have a strong board, good people wanting the right thing, and I believe that's probably true for all. So you want to work with us?
Yes. I think it's important that we build individual relationships, and it's also important that we have structured processes, you know? So it's like more clear, like who do I talk to? What are we talking informally? Are we talking officially? Those kinds of things would be good to do.
Yeah, because you are bound by open meetings law, where this group isn't. So there's just other factors that have to come into play.
And it sounds like you're working on that now, so as you
That's
start to
correct.
formulate that, then that communication comes over to us.
Yeah, and for then, like I'd love a little subcommittee of you all that can help work with this group on what does that communication look like? What are our expectations? If the city's gonna give them money in some fashion, what is that for? What are the strings attached to that as an accountability measure? Or are you just gonna say, hey, because you're doing great work, here's, you know, $10,000 for the next 5 years or whatever that might be? Those are the things we need to have a conversation about and get clear on.
Well, we have 2 new council members coming on, so maybe they're the people that we need to
Oh,
fresh things.
Hey, go tell them how this works.
They're like, thanks. Now you've been found until.
Like, wait, we haven't been sworn in.
Yeah. But, and that's not something we need today, but just, you know, you all to talk about it, who has the passion, who has the time, you know, to commit. I'm not one of those facilitators that, let's take a year to do this. No, that's not how it works. Hopefully we can, you know, crank something out within the next, well, it's December, so by early February.
So what would a next step look like for us?
So next step would be the city to give us a couple people that can be the voice on behalf of the city around the table to then talk about what does the communication structure look like. And then for your group, it's just finalizing the goals that we started and aligning it to your new mission, vision, and values.
Well, I do, all joking aside, I don't think these 2 guys are gonna be able to jump in with their feet on something like that.
yeah.
And I
I'm
hope you
willing to
know that
volunteer.
was a joke. Okay, all right.
Oh, yeah, gotta get used to it.
No problem.
I think I'm funny, just ask my wife.
Looks aren't everything, bud.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said looks aren't everything.
Oh.
So he's saying I'm good looking.
Okay,
Guys,
I got
Good thing
that.
you guys are on opposite.
You know, it's funny, it's the last meeting, you guys going back and forth, like, they know each other.
So please,
Clearly.
It was a little taken aback by. Not many things.
I was gonna say, that's saying something.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I could.
I got 2 hands there?
I'm very passionate about it, but
Okay.
up to you if you want to appoint me to that.
Yeah, I would,
I kind of feel like.
I've got 2 volunteers right here.
Okay, and Jeff would like to as well, is that?
Yeah.
And just so that your group does know, we can't have
We can't have 3 of us.
have 3. You can have me
Yeah.
and 2 of them.
Right.
Now, whether you
Can't have
want
3.
me and 2 of them, I don't know. Sure. But that's why it is limited to just having 2.
We can make it fun.
Yeah, we promised to make it fun. But it'd be great to have
I mean, like.
3 potentials, so if one.
I think we just talked
just
about
talked about
Jeff already threw his hat on that, so.
How about we agree we'll have 2 involved and
Yeah.
you know,
will have 2 involved.
That's
work out our
perfect.
schedules to make sure.
Yeah, I'd hate to have 2 of you and only 1 be able to come, right?
That works.
That'll be good.
And then you can be there regardless, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're, yeah, okay.
I, don't like to say it, but I'm a weak mayor.
You have
It's not
veto
the way it
power.
works.
I have veto power over these people. That's the
Not at all.
only thing. And our
And
mistakes.
you're the same
He
way,
does
right,
that.
Annette? You can be,
I'm open.
you can be in the room.
I can be there. I will be the backup to the backup.
Well, and I
to
think
back.
it's, I mean, how, teach me this. How does decision-making work within your group? Is it the council comes back, presents, then all members vote?
Well, depending on how official it needs to be.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I foresee happening is if these two gentlemen meet with whoever from the EBCA, they can report back to the council. At least what they're seeing, and if it needs to be before a council meeting, we can email back and forth, but there's not, you again, can't do it all
Individually.
together. So I mean, information can flow pretty freely and quickly between council members, but if there's something official that needs, then it's gonna have to be probably part of a meeting.
The only thing that we,
Same with that.
like, we can't guarantee money unless we vote on it, can't.
Yeah.
Make it an official city or policy,
Right.
right? I mean, it's, we can maybe have the, like, okay, we think this is, we're on the same page.
Yeah, these are the
Right,
options
influence each
possibly
other.
available to
Yeah.
us.
So you can come up with the potential communication structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
And we can go back
I don't
to
think
city
that's
staff, right? We can go back to city staff that have expertise in different areas to get specifics that we can bring back, you know what I mean? But the staff runs the city
Right.
and works the things up. A lot of issues that get to the council get worked up by the staff and brought. But council members can propose things and get things on the table.
Okay.
And then it's going back and forth between council and staff.
And then we can communicate that to you on what we need from you to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
And have them review it and vote on it potentially.
Great.
Whether that be by resolution, we wouldn't do an ordinance by any means,
Right.
but
Could be a resolution or
a resolution would probably be the,
memorandum of understanding
probably a resolution.
or resolution. Yeah, resolution.
Everything is a
We
resolution.
do a lot.
That makes it official.
That's
We're
your,
official.
okay, resolution it is.
That's what we like to do. That way it's on record, it's there.
Where did
No
we
question.
done the 501c3, like if that was the appropriate place
We,
for us?
you are a 501c6.
And did we decide that that was good? That's where we needed to stay?
Well, we didn't,
I know that was some confusion.
we know we can
Limited as an economic development to become a 501c3 officially, so. We're eligible as an economic development 501c6, which is what we got approved for. Not saying that now I'm not a tax advisor, just preface that, but not saying that we won't be able to ever become a 501c3. It's just, we have to show how we fall into those categories of what a 501c3 is. So charitable
Just for
donations,
charitable purpose.
you know, and that's why PDC working with Small Town Dreams Committee and funneling some of those, once this endowment fund gets established, we're able to provide grants to the community. Those grants have to go to nonprofits. Well, if we want to support small businesses, which is a big thing we want to do in the community, we can funnel that through PDC. And so those are going to be resources and tangible events that we've accomplished that we can go back and maybe apply 501c3 down the road. But we got to get there.
the other grant channel is ECIA. So we can partner, you can partner with ECIA and they can be the grant applicant. And then they do all the back work with the grant.
And we can also be the sponsor.
You can be a sponsor. Yes, yes. So there's the ways that forming another 501c3, Dubuque already has, I think, over 700 nonprofits. So that's not sitting well in our region right now with a lot of donors. We're like, are you kidding me? Somebody's starting another nonprofit. So we just want to be mindful of that as you move forward. There's different ways to be able to funnel grants to you without us becoming a 501c3. But if in the future that makes sense, and nothing's stopping you from doing that. just know if you do that, it takes about 7 months before you get your final EIN, so you want to be thinking ahead on that. All right, can we go around the table, just share any thoughts or questions that we didn't talk about and bring them forward? So I just want to make sure when we leave that all your questions or thoughts in your head are out there. Like,
I guess I need like a set action item. Okay, so like at our next meeting, our goal should be to establish
goals.
3 measurable goals.
Mhm.
And then have, like, to reach out to Brian and John and say, how are we going to be meeting in the future? Should that Google will establish, we'll have 1 meeting with you guys in either December or January to start figuring out. Pardon me?
December, tomorrow.
Oh, well,
So be January.
Well, no, this could be a meeting in between.
yeah, just a
Yeah,
random meeting at some point.
So, yes, to answer your question,
I'm on that day, okay.
the next 2 steps would be,
So we have a meeting tomorrow at noon.
okay,
Our I don't know the acronym. It took me a year to get PBC. So PBCA.
yes.
And so
So we'll talk about goals.
We'll talk-
I need to look at my calendar, see if I
Yeah.
can be there.
okay.
Then from there, I will also start reaching out to the 5 of you actually. And we need to coordinate dates that would work for a small group of you from PBCA that we can get together to talk about communication structure.
Okay.
Those are the 2 next
Actions, okay.
things to do.
Do you feel that PBCA will probably designate a couple of people, like the work people? So it's the same, so there's that
Same work
continuity?
group. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So we'll
So-
have,
so-
maybe tomorrow you guys could decide.
Reach out there for the
Right,
communication.
so yeah, so maybe that could also be an action item.
That's a good idea.
That's good.
For tomorrow, you guys can decide who that's gonna be from your board to be part of this little
And
task.
then everything can funnel through from both sides.
So those that didn't show up tonight, they're on.
That's how that works.
Sarah.
It'll be great.
So that was good. Thank you
Okay.
for that. Anything?
No? Pretty much said my piece.
Okay.
I don't have any questions.
That's my piece.
I'm going to move in the right direction. I'm good.
Man, a few words.
I am very.
No, it's exciting. This is really nice to see. Like I think we've been like working towards something like this happening for a few years. And it's nice to see like it come together in some clear direction. It's nice.
Happy we're in the spot that we are right now.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. Awesome.
Yeah, I think the key, Lexi just hit on it, is there's a direction from both sides and collaboration that's gonna happen. And I think everyone, we're gonna all be in the same boat, rowing in the same direction. So there's not 2 separate boats out there. So we're all in. As far as fundraising, Lexi does a mean bake sale.
I thought you were gonna bring up when I did the Salvation Army bill at the bar last week.
Yeah, which for all of you, I'm finally getting in touch with Captain Dave, and he was calling while we were having our meeting. So hopefully I'll have
I
it.
know they're out there. They
So,
see ringers.
Yeah, well,
Their trophy is what they're looking
yeah,
for.
well, I think he gave Epworth and Dyersville their buckets already, and just to kind of give them a little, I don't know what.
Because they need help.
Yeah, he was supposed to drop it off at my house a couple days ago, so.
I'll go sweater
It
party.
still is.
Perfect.
Yeah, yeah,
So change it.
yeah, I thought there was 2, but so anyway, so.
Battles and.
We got it. We're working on our donation, our fundraising plan.
Awesome.
Right. It's a fundraiser. Marcy?
Yeah.
Resolutions. Just let us know. On the agenda.
We write them.
Resolution, that is.
I would just like to shout out to Wendy for her leadership in this whole thing. It's
That's
really
happy.
important, I think, like everybody said, that we're all on the same kind of a direction. We're all looking in the same direction. So shout out to you for your leadership.
Very welcome.
I know it's what you do, but it's very much appreciated. You're welcome.
Gary?
No, it sounds great. And I'm new to this, but and I was not aware of social media aspects. When we get into the committees, maybe there's a way we could partner or work together to try to find a intern or somebody that, if the city, do you guys have a need for social media too, or do you have somebody that does that?
We have a communications
We have our
director
person.
that does our social,
That's the Facebook.
but she
Okay.
does our accounts payable.
She does a lot more than just that,
Okay.
yeah.
So I teach JA at Peosta Elementary.
Get a six figure.
Really good.
Better than any of us. I just thought there's some way we can piggyback on that, but
We just don't have time.
Hey, John started.
You know how many it is? 6, 7.
6, 7.
6, 7.
No, I think it's great to see. I mean, I've been on, for 2 years, and it's good to see we're finally in the same boat. We're all rolling in the same direction. There's some clear vision of what we're gonna do. It's families.
The structure of it is, I like it. It's coming together.
I think synergy is important, and I look around the table and I think everybody here is passionate about Peosta, and that's gonna make it successful.
Yeah, no, I think it was helpful for me just to decide what, we're not gonna bring a company in start to finish, right? A volunteer group of a few people, so it's like, where can we find pieces of different hats we can wear and help out with this? It's good.
That's it.
Just echo a lot of what's, I don't know about that. Echo a lot of what's already been said, that I feel like we're all in a good spot as well too, so just excited to see how we can all move forward together, so.
Is Olivia on the line? No.
No, she never made it.
We sent her the link. Marcy sent her the link, but
It's another team member.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Olivia.
Olivia Berger from.
Oh,
yeah,
At a-
Kathy.
at a work meeting, and I think Jamie might be stepping off the board. I just don't know when.
Got it.
And Angela.
Oh, Angela, yeah.
All right, well, thank you again for your time and the work that you do. I know it's not easy sitting in our seats. Right? Where you take more criticism than you probably deserve and you don't hear all, except for Russ, yeah. You don't hear about all the good stuff, but look around Peosta. You know you're doing it.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep, you bet.
Done? Yes, HR committee is gonna meet, but we're done. I will be